Okay, today is day 5, test day. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so our cooperation goal is still active listening. So think for a minute about what that might look like or sound like. Okay, and we have been working on summarizing our reading and working in word power with synonyms. And for our writing lesson, we're going to be writing a compare and contrast paragraph. All right, so this is our final time to go through our words. So you're going to fill in, you have your paper. Go ahead and fill in the last column. Okay, remember that some of these vocabulary words, or actually all of them, are going to be assessed on your test. So it's important that we know these. Speedy. Speedy means fast. See if you can think of a meaningful sentence for speedy. Length means distance. Usually means normally. Hands means give to, gives to. I should have showed you length and speedy. Okay, attempts means tries. Clear means to go over or get past. Raised means made higher. Shoves means pushes hard. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at our test. So for your test, you're going to be reading the very last page of this story, page 55. And you're going to want to make an organizer so you can make an idea tree just for this page. You're going to read it and then you're going to answer the question. So this is page 55. Okay, let me go over the questions. The first one says, what is the topic of this text and how do you know? So think about what the topic is of the text that you're reading today on page 55. And then you have to answer, how do you know? Number 2, what is the intent of the author? Okay, and this one has 2 parts to it, so pay attention to that. So let's look at the choices. A, to explain how the reader can train for a marathon. B, to inform the reader about the longest running race. C, to persuade the reader to sign up for a marathon. Or D, to help the reader compare marathons with sprints. And so not only do you have to pick that, but you have to tell how do you know that that's the right answer. So look back in on page 55 so that way you can explain that. Number 3 says, do you think most people who run marathons are hoping to win the race? So you have to answer that, but you also have to explain your answer. So explain. So you're either going to say yes or no, and then you're going to explain that answer that you just gave. The write-on, it says, choose the important detail from the text from the following list. Then explain why this is an important detail. So you're going to look at all these on this list, and you are going to choose the most important detail. It says a marathon is about 26 miles long. Many people walk during marathons. Changing the running path makes a marathon more fun. Okay. Remember to explain why it's an important detail. Okay, and then you are going to have several questions for your word power section. So you're going to be writing a synonym for each of these words. So you have wise, touch, boom, and choke. And then When you do the next portion of your test, remember you have all of your words. You're only going to use each word one time. So the first one says write a meaningful sentence for the word clear. The next one says Mrs. Clausen blank out star stickers to students who showed good teamwork throughout the week. So think of one of those words is going to fill in that blank. Usually, I don't like to eat a lot of sweet things, but I always love my mom's peanut butter cookies. Usually means, does it mean normally, strangely, curiously, or totally? The next one says, my dog always blank her dinner bowl into my hand to tell me when she is hungry. So think about which of your vocabulary words is going to fill in the blank. Marco takes 3 attempts to get the right answer to a math problem before he asks someone for help. Attempts means, does it mean guesses, notes, tries, or winks? The next one says the tortoise was not very blank and took nearly 20 minutes to cross the road. So think about one of those vocabulary words to fill in the blank. Willow raised her bed off the floor so she could store her winter clothes under it during the summer months. Raised means, does it mean made wider, made higher, made shorter, or made lower? And the last one says, Fred knew the blank to the goal was great, but he also knew that he could kick the ball farther than it. So you're going to go through and you're going to answer all of your questions. Make sure that you are giving good answers and writing complete sentences. And you're going to make sure you do all your synonym questions and your vocabulary questions.